and welcome back to Up the Park, a tiny podcast.
Oh, rebranded!
Rebranded. I'm joined by Sean.
Hello.
And Jason.
Hello.
I'm Brendan, obviously. How is everyone this weekend? How is everyone?
It's like midweek, eh? What are you talking about?
It's midweek, mate.
I know.
A lot of games crammed in. It feels like a weekend.
I know. I just want it to be the weekend already. Yeah. I just want to hammer Motherwell at home, man. It's always something that I've always wanted Hearts to do. So
Hammer Motherwell
at home.
Well, we've done it away this season, so no reason why we can't do it at Tynecastle.
We should be able to. Well, what we're going to talk about first, guys? Celtic game?
The Celtic game, the RFS game, and the Ross County game.
Right, so...
Of 3 games, 2 good games, 1 Celtic game.
Who wants to start us off with the Celtic game?
I didn't think Celtic was anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
VAR,
I actually thought
it
was great. It was great to see after the game, especially on Twitter and that, the Celtic fans having an absolute meltdown. The fact that their team got decisions against them for once, it was great.
Yeah,
but good performance for Hearts. Just unlucky in the end. Just ran out of steam.
Yeah.
Celtic too good. As Robbie Nielsen said, they have to go out their bench for £20 million worth of talent to come and beat us. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to lie.
Our bench has got 2 goalies on it.
Exactly.
It was brilliant. I loved it.
The atmosphere
I loved
was
the whole day.
incredible.
It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Me and you went up in the train, Jason.
We did, it was great.
Had a few drinks and that. Sean was at work.
Sat and watched it at work.
Depressed and that.
Was.
Sean was the Up the Park VAR analyst on the weekend.
Yep.
And he said that all the decisions were correct.
Apart from the Michael Smith one.
The Michael Smith handball wasn't a handball.
It was a
By Scottish rules. It's not a
you
handball.
can't have different rules for different countries.
Of course you can.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
called laws.
It's inconsistent and it'll make VAR crap.
Yeah.
So they need to get them all right.
They should all take it to the Scottish rules.
The one thing I'll say on VAR is, I hope it's just the first few weeks there's going to be teething problems, but it took far too long to make decisions. The Hearts penalty, the first one, was a stone wall of penalty you'll ever see. The referee wasn't going to give it. I think it was 3 minutes we waited in the crowd.
Yeah, it was
for
a
a decision.
long
It was
time.
a long
It was
time.
a long time.
And I don't know what they were looking at, because it was as clear as day.
Because I could see it and watching it from work. They were looking to see if Carter Vickers got his foot to it first, and it was literally
there was
millimeters in it.
Yeah,
like Carter Vickers' foot hit the ball, and then Cammy Devlin's foot hit the ball, and then literally half a second later Cammy Devlin did. If that was the other way around, it wasn't a penalty.
but surely the referee had a fantastic vantage point. You see the highlights back again.
You couldn't see it.
He's right in front of but he sees where the ball goes.
No, but
straight.
No, but literally, like, even if Carter Vickers hit it, if he hit it first, it wouldn't have changed direction much. It was literally the toe of his shoe.
Carter Vickers was coming at a 90-degree angle. If Carter Vickers hit it first, it would have went that way.
It wouldn't have. Honestly, it was a toe.
Surely,
so if Carter Vickers hit it first, it'd have hit off Cammy Devlin and still went the same way.
Surely, though, the referee, if he thinks it's a penalty, should have given a penalty, and then VAR could have said to him, "Nah, actually, it's not a penalty. Go look at it."
He wouldn't have come. So in my eyes, if you don't know what decision to make, you just give a penalty.
Yeah,
I suppose the second one.
But the problem is
was a stonewall penalty.
But the problem is the second one. He doesn't have a good view. I think he only gives the second one because he had to give the first one.
No, he gave the second. I think he gave the second one because he realises that VAR will be able to help him out.
Yeah.
I don't think the referee had a bad game.
No, I thought.
Oh no! Just
to be honest,
the only thing I've got a complaint about is how long it took for them to review things.
Yeah.
But that'll get better.
Also,
and it did in England, and it will here.
I also didn't agree with the retaking of the penalty. I thought that was ridiculous. Like if you're gonna retake every single penalty for a goalkeeper encroaching. Sorry, just to interrupt. 3.5 minutes into the game, Ajax beating Rangers. Lovely stuff.
Get to see.
Yeah, if you're gonna retake every single penalty if the keeper's encroaching, then there's no point doing penalties, because I feel that, like, when they changed that rule, the keeper couldn't leave his line. That's just ridiculous.
I think it's
already a disadvantage for a goalkeeper. You know what I mean?
The keeper was moving, and there was 2 Celtic players in the box, and Ginelli. Ginelli benefited for the fact that he was in the box, but if it had just been Ginelli, I think it would have been disallowed. I don't think we would have got the goal.
Yeah, I think it's because Celtic players encroached as well. But they were also saying the keeper was off his line and stuff like that. So, yeah, but for a goalkeeper, it's already there's like a 77% chance of a goal from a penalty.
Yeah.
So, if he takes one step forward, see why you would retake the penalty. If he's way off his line,
Yeah, I think one
But
foot has to be on, doesn't
he
it?
did have one foot on the line. His right foot went forward and he pushed himself to the right, and he actually saved it.
I think that's alright.
100% chance of a goal for a penalty if Shanklin's taken.
Well, he missed it, didn't he?
Ah, we got a retake.
Does that count?
It doesn't count as a miss because you have to retake
it.
it.
Yeah.
Great.
It was
He
brilliant.
still would have got an assist because Gino scored.
I understand what people say about the taking, like it taking so long to make a decision with VAR, but I'd rather they get it right.
I agree.
In Scotland,
I agree.
You know, I'd much rather they take an extra couple of minutes to make sure that they get the decision right.
I don't think we're going to stick on the Celtic game long, but one thing I will say is I thought Cammy Devlin was absolutely outstanding
Man of the
against
match.
Celtic. Man of the
Yeah,
match.
he was really
Even
good.
the Celtic fans at my work, who are die-hard Celtic fans, said he was the best player on the pitch.
They would love
So-
a player like that.
Oh, they would.
He'll never go to them though.
No.
But
He's
Cammy
Hearts
Devlin
now,
was
isn't he?
absolutely phenomenal.
If he ever leaves Hearts, it'll be down south.
Yep.
Yeah. He was brilliant. Sibbick was good when he came on.
Sibbick, guy. We're going to talk about Sibbick later, I think.
Yeah.
About his improvement because, my God, he's a different player.
It's
But
unlucky for Shanklin not to get man of the match.
I thought
Scoring a hat
scoring a
trick and
hat-trick.
losing.
Yeah, I know, but
How many times do you think that happens?
Cammy Devlin won 2 penalties.
Yeah.
And he was the boss in that midfield for most of that game.
and you're forgetting the fact that the other team scored 4 goals.
They scored 4 goals. Aye.
One of the man of the match is obviously going to go to one of their players.
Aye.
But what I wanted to talk about as well, just for a few minutes, was how poor defensively we were for them goals. You know, Smith was at fault for 2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them.
Keel
aye,
was at fault basically for one of the ones that Smith was at fault for, and one by himself. Keel gave the ball away loads. You know, I'm probably not his biggest fan.
Yeah, but you can't
Jason,
say
but-
Keogh gave the ball away loads and then no mention Barry Mackay, who gives
Oh,
the
yeah,
ball away
definitely.
more than anybody else in the team.
Aye, but Barry Mackay's not playing in a position where it means as much as when Keel loses the
Was
ball.
Barry Mackay playing against Celtic?
Barry Mackay's no played.
Are we allowed
for,
to talk about the fact that he was invisible?
I don't think Barry Mackay's played since the first game of the season.
Ross County.
And yet
Dundee
for-
United.
and yet
he
for
scored
some
against
reason-
Dundee United, didn't he?
And yet, for some reason, I see his name on the team sheet every week, and yet people are complaining about Forrest being rubbish, even though Forrest's got more goals and assists than him this season.
I think it's just everybody hopes for that Barry Mackay.
He's
that
got
comes-
that bit of magic, hasn't he, that sometimes.
Drop him, get him dropped.
But I think if I was Robbie, I would keep him away for the team at Istanbul and keep him fresh from Motherwell. That's
Nah,
the league has
honestly,
to be the priority
he
now.
needs dropped for more than one game. You can't just say, "Oh, you're playing badly. You'll get dropped for a game. We're not going to win." You need to say you're dropped. Gino on
I
one
suppose
side,
I was
Forrest
going
on
to
the
say
other. Why
he's
not?
got the option now because Ginnelli's been pretty decent in the last couple of games actually.
The formation that we're playing it suits Gino.
Yep.
4-3-3.
And none of us here are his biggest fans.
No, he gets to be a more natural winger. 4-3-3.
He was good very good against Celtic, really good.
He was good against RFS as well,
Aye,
and he played well against County too.
he did.
So
Aye. I think that's his football, isn't it?
it is.
Getting to the byline, getting a ball in the box.
It is.
Having Lawrence Shanklin in the box maybe is doing this. And
But the
maybe
thing-
having a formation allows him to do these
what
things.
He doesn't work in a well back five because he needs. If you're playing a back five, you've got 2 in midfield. Therefore, your wingers need to drop in, and Gino's not dropping in.
No, he's a lazy
Just let-
bastard.
He doesn't-
leave him.
yeah, he
Just-
doesn't work
just
hard
leave
enough
him.
for that.
Just
That's-
leave him on the wing and let him do his thing.
To be fair, if you're going to play a 5, you might as well just play Gino up front. Get him running in behind, cause defenders
Played
problems.
there a
He's
couple
good.
of times and he's
He
actually
can play
Last
a striker.
season-
He's good at that. Aye.
I remember last season, me and you were talking about this, Sean, about maybe they're retraining Gino to be a striker. Because
Yeah.
he played a few games. Remember, they played against St Johnston and scored them 2 goals
Yeah,
and we drew.
he plays well when he's up front, but again, no when there's a back five because
No.
he needs to do too much work himself.
Yeah.
Shanklin
Well-
runs and runs and runs, and he might run around it and do nothing, but at least he's pressing.
He's always
Yeah.
pressing.
Constantly
Aye. I'm a big
pressing.
fan of Shanklin, I have to say.
And he's second top goal scorer.
Oh,
in the league.
he's been brilliant. Perhaps. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
you can
He's
see it now
really
that
good
we're
player.
actually creating the chances that he's thriving on.
Yeah.
The goal against County at the weekend, it was a block and then a second attempt, but his goal against Celtic, cut back across the byline for Ginnelli, and he's there. He's in the box.
That's-
he's in the 6-yard box.
That's a
what
Lawrence
Shanklin's
Shanklin
for.
goal.
Yeah.
That is definitely a Lawrence Shanklin goal.
yeah.
He scored it against Ross County at the weekend,
That's what player he is.
and he scored against RFS.
He's a penalty
the
box player.
exact
He
same.
is. He's a penalty box player, and yet we've been playing him up front by himself with a back five
Yeah.
or with a 4-2-3-1, and he's the one. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for him, and it's proved that over the last 3 or 4 games when he plays up front and he's got 2 wingers who are willing to help him. He's class.
Yeah.
Like he's actual
Aye.
a level above of what we've had in what.
For a while.
A
For a
decade.
long time.
A long time. I think since Kyle Lafferty, we haven't had a player who could maybe score 20 goals this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Lafferty was a.
I mean, he's already halfway there in all
Yeah.
competitions. He's got a living,
18.
so...
17, 18 goals?
17, 18.
I genuinely think
Boys-
Shankland will beat that. If
Boys
he stays
got
fit.
14, 15.
14, 15.
Thing is, though, Lafferty got 17, 18 without taking pens,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
Lafferty's a good goal scorer.
Yeah, he is. Well, not so much now, but...
He
No,
was
no,
a
he's
good
banned.
goal.
Well, he's banned, he can't. And yeah, he's no banned for when he plays Hearts. He's allowed to score.
Nah, I'm not going to talk about that though.
They should have let him play Celtic.
It's a conspiracy.
He's so bad.
That was class. Right, let's move on to the RFS game. Jason, what did you think? You were watching from home?
I was at home
You
on
were
Thursday.
You were the VAR
I was
assistant.
the VAR. I thought Hearts played well. I really do. First 20 minutes especially, I thought, well, it could have been 3, 4, 5.
It should have been.
Creating
should have been
so
3, 4,
many
5.
chances. Fluid. Solid at the back. And then when RFS scored, it got a bit nervy. It really did. There's a few mistakes creeped in. But, solid.
Yeah.
It's a solid win. We should have won it by more, but it's another win in Europe. Man of the match for me, Toby Sibbick. I think everybody was the same on
Unreal.
Thursday night. He was
Stadium was singing his name.
Absolutely
It was
phenomenal.
brilliant
The
seeing
turn-
that, wasn't it?
The turnaround for the fans towards him now is incredible because they were on his back, but he's proven us all
It's
wrong.
crazy to think that the two best players to that night, well, apart from like the obvious, were like Halliday and Sibbick.
Andy Halliday,
They both played brilliantly.
absolutely
Halliday in
phenomenal in
central
midfield.
midfield.
Oh,
Gino on the wing was
different
excellent.
player.
He was,
different
wasn't he?
player.
He was. What did you think, Sean, then?
That was a really good game. The atmosphere was constant, pretty much, other than when it was a bit shaky when RFS were coming at us. But that was good to see an actual atmosphere at Tynecastle, a proper one. Even when it with the parts of the game that were slow, they were still singing. Because normally that's what happens at Tynecastle. As soon as the game gets slow, or after the first 10 minutes, it just turns into somewhere you can hear a pin drop. So the atmosphere, I thought, was the best thing about it, and I'd like to see that every week.
Yeah.
On the, like Motherwell on the weekends, the perfect opportunity to get an atmosphere going again.
I think
I think we'll see it.
the last few games, I think the atmosphere's improved.
Yeah.
I think the Rangers game was flat.
Because we're allowed to drum now.
The Rangers game was flat, but the atmosphere against Celtic was electrifying. I mean,
It always is against them.
I mean, it's a
See,
big
against,
game,
like,
but-
They've got
Celtic,
good-
Rangers,
they've got
and
good
Hibs.
players.
I have to say the Celtic fans, they were
As much
noisy.
as I hate
They
to
were
say
really,
it,
really good.
Rangers and Celtic bring a
Aye.
fantastic atmosphere wherever they go,
I'm
even
still-
if they are singing scummy songs.
I'm still waiting for that SFA report about their
They're singing.
sectarian
Yeah,
songs.
six-
I'm
What's
still
sectarian
waiting.
songs? What's
I'm still
sectarian
waiting. Like
What's that?
absolute joker club.
Rangers and
like,
Celtic, yeah. Rangers and
honestly,
Celtic did anything wrong. What are you talking about?
absolute joke.
They're not allowed.
Aye. I thought we played brilliantly against RFS the first 20-25 minutes. After that, we let them into the game a bit more. I didn't think they really created that much. That one goal,
Oh, it was a
And then
worldie. And the
that-
one that hit the bar.
the one that hit like
Worldies.
the...
That we were right behind that.
Aye, we
Aye.
seen
Where
that
we were
goal.
sitting, we
like,
seen it. But I said it on the way home. I was like, I think even if that was a couple inches down and under the bar, Gordon had it.
Gordon was not far
Because
away.
Gordon was right there.
It's metal. Actually, when I was watching it at him, the commentator was saying that I didn't realise at the time that guy that hit the bar was the same player that scored the first goal. Different feet.
Yeah.
And his ability to hit
Yeah.
a ball
Yeah.
with beef. Oh man, I was like, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it was the
He's
same
like
guy.
he's like one of those players in FIFA who's got like a 55 rating, but his shot power's like 95.
Aye. Weak foot 5-star. Aye, definitely.
Aye. They were all right.
They weren't.
They're terrible.
They were
They're
not.
a sh-
They were
they're a
all right
pup-
in
they're
the
a
sort of
puppy.
second half. A
we
bit
let
like
them. We let
Yeah.
them.
we did let them. We did let them.
That
but
centre back that apparently is going to
Oh,
move
that
for
6
millions.
foot, 8
He
guy.
is garbage. He makes Rocky Bushiri look good.
he runs funny. They put him up front for the past the last 10 minutes.
Have you not heard that Lee Johnson thinks Rocky Bushiri's a £10 million player?
Aye? That means that
What a fucking
Craig
joke.
Halkett's left fit's worth 30. Even his bad leg.
What a joke.
I wonder if he knocked on Ange Postecoglou's door and asked him how much he thought Rocky was worth. Absolute knob.
Right. No, I mean, there's a Hibs fan at my work, and even he's like, £10 million. He's like, he's a fucking bomb scare
Oh, yeah.
every single time.
He is. They've got
They're
two
fucking
bomb scare
shit.
centre backs. I can't wait to play them. We're going to beat them.
I
No,
hope
well,
so.
there's-
It's no
I
good-
think
it's no
they're
far
that
away
good
now.
They're not a good team.
I think
Oh,
they're
when was
good.
the last time we played against 11 men? Oh, yeah, they lost.
But to be fair, they beat St Mirren on
Oh,
Saturday.
Aye, St Mirren, I don't know what happened there, but
St Mirren are one of those teams where
the wheels are going to fall.
they'll play 5 games and they'll play really good, and then for some reason they'll just fall apart for 10 games.
Well, that's like Hibs, they have 5 shit games in one game.
They're the opposite.
Three defeats in a row before that St Mirren game, so I'm not worried about them getting away for us.
3 points ahead.
3 points ahead, and they've got a game in
I've
hand.
never seen the league so close. Obviously, other than the top 2,
Aye.
but like third
Was it
to
4
ninth,
points?
it's like 4 points,
Ah, it's crazy.
and there's only one game in hand here and there. So Nah, I reckon we beat Motherwell, we beat Livingston, we put ourselves in a good position for the World Cup break.
And then we get our players back. Hopefully, by the time the World Cup's over, it'll be a near and
we're going to Spain for a week. Heart.
Aye, yeah, they are.
So that's good. That's warm weather.
To get some more injuries.
Aye.
Well,
Instead of giving players like a week off.
They'll get a few weeks off because the World Cup's what? 6
I bet
weeks?
they have them at the Orium training for the rest.
Yeah,
of
but
the
they'll
they'll be training,
they're
but
doing
that's-
recovery and stuff like that. It'll be nice and easy.
It'll be
time.
good.
Heart training's injuries, though, isn't it?
It'll be good to get.
Every week there's a new injury.
You say that though, but they're never injured in training. They're always injured on the pitch.
It's true.
And again, Gary Mackay got injured in training.
But he probably injured
Tammy Devlin
himself.
got injured in
He
training.
probably injured himself falling over. He's in fit. But look at Kai Rolls. He got injured scoring.
Yeah, he did. We've been so unlucky with injuries this season.
We have.
Especially with somebody like Kai Rolls, when you look back on his career, and like he played 3 seasons in a row in Australia with no injury.
Not one injury.
And then he comes over here, plays 10 solid games for Hearts, and then his ankle just falls off. And it's just like, what the... Again, it's just bad luck, but it will last. That's the best thing.
I can't wait to get Halkett and Rolls back in that centre-back pairing. Because they seemed very,
Humphries has
very
been
good.
a mess as well.
I liked Humphries' eyes. He had a bit of potential, but he'll be back. They'll all be back, and then we'll kick on from there.
Easy.
Just need to keep in touch right now. Surely have to try and beat Motherwell. Livingston at Tynecastle too. We have to be beating Livingston.
Aye, out of them 3 games, we should be winning 2 of them.
Aye, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
You know, you should at least go for Rangers,
Who,
but you're not going to win.
They're not going to win. Nah.
Who
I mean,
got-
last year we got a draw there.
Who
But
got man of the match against County?
Keogh.
Was Keogh on it?
Keogh got man of the match. Aye, he did.
He got
That was
star
honestly-
man.
Aye,
And he was like,
absolutely
yeah.
fantastic.
I'll be honest with you. I was impressed with him against County. I'm very critical because I've not been impressed with what I've seen up until then. But give him a chance. He's only played 10
He was good on
games or
Saturday,
so.
like. He was really good on Saturday.
Aye, so we'll see how he gets on.
Hearts-
Him and Snodgrass.
Hearts
as a pairing
fans
were
seem to
good.
have a short memory of some players we've had in Central.
I remember Prince Bobbin. Don't worry.
Remember Glenn Whelan?
I remember Glenn Whelan.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Played 200 games in the Premier League. Utter shit in Scotland.
Aye.
To be fair, we did sign him when he was 36.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
not
care.
bad.
Stephen
Actually,
Naismith was like 37. He was unreal.
If we got-
Smith.
Aye.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Aye, he was.
He retired at like 34.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Bullshit.
I can guarantee you right now he's not even 37 now.
I'll tell you one thing though. If you're looking at slightly older players, Robert Snodgrass, last couple of games for Hearts, excellent.
That's what I like about
Absolutely
having him is
excellent.
like he is just for the league. So he's 36. You dick. He signed for Hearts in 2018, so 4 years ago. So he'd have been 32.
Aye, yeah,
31,
32. See, we got him in his prime.
We got him when his legs didn't work and he was still class.
Yeah. Aye, I thought the other standout was Snodgrass, to be fair.
Snodgrass was really good.
He
But
was
that's
really
the
good.
good thing about Snodgrass. He'll just play league games.
Yeah.
Aye.
It gives us that extra man in the league.
Yeah.
But
He's got talent as
Oh,
well.
aye.
Like, you
Oh,
can
he's- you
tell,
can
you
see
can
he's
well
had it,
tell.
aye.
Like,
see some of the passes he can pick out.
He's unreal.
There's a
like.
reason that he made Masty's career in the English Premiership.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got that quality.
I was a bit too harsh last time when I called him a fat bastard. I do apologise, Robert. I just thought you were a wage stealer.
Aye.
Very good.
Nah, you can
Very
see,
good.
and his set piece deliveries too. His corners, oh man.
Yeah.
For Halliday's header against County, brilliant
Good
corner.
player. And then when we do play that 4-2-3-1, which we can play, he's perfect for that behind the striker role because he'll just find
I
passes.
think with a fully fit squad, he probably doesn't start, but maybe he does. I don't know.
Who?
Snodgrass.
No.
If you play a 4-2-3-1, he does.
We'll come to that later
Aye,
on.
we'll come to that later.
We'll
We're
come to
going to
that
pick
later
our teams
on.
later. Aye. Yeah.
So, on the Ross County game, anything else you want to add to the...
No,
No.
No.
I've got no. Just
Nah.
chuffed we got a win.
Yep, so let's come on to the next segment of the podcast. The Sibbick redemption story.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Last three games, we've count Celtic when he came on. RFS and County.
County.
The RFS game especially.
He's
he was
probably
like,
going to...
He was like prime Cannavaro. He was
He's-
bloody brilliant.
He's going to play on the weekend.
He's going to
Yeah,
play
the
because
reason-
Well, there's no other player to
Kingsley's
play,
injured
really.
again.
I
isn't he?
swear
So-
to God, right? You see, if we rock up on Saturday against Motherwell, and we play Sunday, and we play Sibbick and Cochrane at centre back and Halliday at left back, I'm gonna kick off. I'm gonna walk across the pitch and slap Robbie Nielsen and go, even in Football Manager, Cochrane at left back, play Nielsen.
I was going to say, would you play Lewis Nielsen now?
Aye. Lewis Nielsen came on for when Kingsley went off
He
and he
did.
had a really
He
good
played
game.
well.
And then the next game after that, he dropped him for Cochrane at centre back.
The thing about Lewis Nielsen is he's not going to learn how to play in that league unless he plays in that league.
It's not just
simple
that.
as that.
If you line up against Hearts and you see Alex Cochrane line up at
He's
centre
so
back
small.
in Scottish football, you're just got to be like, punt it ahead.
Especially if Van Veen is he fit. If
don't
he's
know.
fit and
If he's
playing,
fit,
they'll
demolish
target
him.
Cochrane.
Demolish him.
Absolutely, they'll
Yeah.
target him.
They won't play Cochrane at centre back.
No,
Surely
better-
no.
Who
They
did
won't
say-
play him at
Why did they
centre
play him at centre back last time?
I think Halliday's carrying knocks. Did you hear Nielsen's thing after the RFS game that half of them were carrying knocks during the game? The team is fucked. Like,
Well, it's because
It's
they're
fucked.
We're desperate for this
did you
World
see
Cup
our
break
bench
coming.
on Sunday?
Oh, it was kids.
Honestly,
It was nice to see some of the young kids get a
to be
game
fair,
actually.
Connor Smith was
Thought he
alright.
played really well.
Yes,
I really
well-
He was alright. Like,
What annoys me about Connor Smith is we play him out position.
Aye.
Because when he went on loan to, I think it was Arbroath or Alloa or something like that, and then he also went on loan to like Stranraer or something, they played him up front or on the wing,
Yeah.
and he was their top goal scorer for the period he was on loan. And then he comes to Hearts, and we're sticking him in central midfield.
I think it's necessity at the moment.
It's like it's
That's
like
it,
Ewan
exactly.
Henderson.
That's
You-
it, like-
the Ewan Henderson thing annoys me. Like he literally had the best pre-season of any of our players, got himself ready for the season, and then in the first 3 games of the season he got dropped to the B team.
Aye. I saw
And now you get all these injuries come up, and you're thinking, you know who we could have done with? Somebody like Henderson who's ready to step up.
he came on Sunday, didn't he?
Played well again. Aye. He's a good wee player. He's more of a striker than a winger.
Yeah.
was it? Did he come on against RFS too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he had that little moment on the wing when he cut inside and I saw the lights
Yeah.
going up and I thought, here
And
we
then
go, and it went out for a throw in.
That was
I felt sorry. I thought he was going to ping it in the top corner. Like,
Yeah.
aye, it's
I'm
a
happy.
positive
If that
thing.
was Ginelli, he would have turned around and passed it back.
Aye, credit Janelli. He's been good.
Actually,
recently.
while we're on Sibbick's redemption story, can we just have the opposite in the insane decline of Michael Smith?
Yeah. He's
struggling.
becoming Mr. Unreliable
He
now.
has been terrible for
Yeah.
5 games
We
now.
miss Atkinson. As much as Atkinson's not been as
He's not the best.
great as he probably should
He's-
have
to be
been,
fair.
but you know,
Atkinson's never really had a run in the team.
nah.
He gets fit and he gets
Yeah,
injured. He
injured.
gets fit and he gets injured, and then he's going to go away. He's probably going to go away to the World Cup. Most likely not start because he doesn't seem to start for them. But he'll get games.
I think.
I think after the Celtic performance, Cammy Devlin's definitely going.
I think
Yeah, he must be.
Michael Smith works at right wing back in a back 5 because he doesn't really have to defend that much. But when he's playing
He
right
doesn't have to
back,
bomb, does he?
when he's playing right back in a 4, he struggles.
He
I mean,
really
he
struggled.
really struggled against Celtic.
Nah, he did.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's up against players who are a hell of a lot quicker than him.
He dead fall asleep.
But nah,
He dead fall asleep.
he's
at the back
an
post.
experienced player. He should know better than
Nah,
that.
he
Really.
just-
When Greg Taylor
Kick out for a
Aye.
throw.
was bombing up and
Yeah.
down, he was
Just
fucking like,
kick it out for a throw and kick it out for a corner.
Aye,
just do something.
Do what
just,
you have to do. Aye.
Just stand there and let somebody literally walk
No,
past
aye.
you.
It was two of the goals
Twice.
were him.
It's twice,
like,
yeah.
he just fucking sat there. Yeah, I wouldn't be giving him a new contract. Like
But nah, Toby
I think he's
Sibbick.
got what?
one, this is it.
Is this
This
his
is
last
his
one?
last
Oh,
one.
is it?
He got that.
I think it will be
extension.
too.
Halliday got 2, didn't he? So he's got another one. And Harrington is the end of this season.
Yeah,
On-
I'd be happy with him to go. as
On
well.
Andy Halliday.
Harrington's not a chance this season.
I thought Andy Halliday was a lot older than he is.
I
He's
don't
only
know.
31.
Ah, yeah.
I thought he was
Yeah.
33 for some
Nah.
reason. I don't know why. But
I
Does-
like Halliday.
He
Yeah.
does seem to be around forever.
he's one of the players you can tell he's good for the dressing room in that day. He's got a lot of experience.
He gives everything for his team.
He does.
The boy has played basically in every position possible
Yep.
for Hearts. I remember seeing him at left wing last season.
I played behind the striker a
Aye,
couple
yeah.
times too. I reckon why he done that, but that's just Robbie Nielsen didn't leave once.
That's Andy Halliday saying, "Yeah, I'll play there."
Aye.
Aye, it is.
I'll-
Is
yeah.
it, mate, we haven't got anybody to play up front. Cool player.
I'll do it. Aye. But
It's the only
nah,
position he's not played in his career, striker.
so-
I say give him a game.
I bet on Football Manager he's got like green for every position except from goalkeeper and striker. It's
How many goals he scored this season
Accomplished.
for us now? 3.
He scored 2 and 2.
Oh, there you go.
Two,
then.
aye. That header against
That
County
is,
was
Ah,
class.
that is
That
the
was
same
class.
amount of goals as Barry Mackay.
Barry Mackay. And Halliday's been on the bench most of the season.
Yeah.
Or at left back.
Aye, Barry the Myth Mackay.
Barry Mackay.
Is Barry Mackay more a myth than Martin Boyle?
This season, aye.
Was
Martin
he last
Boyle-
season?
Well, aye, because Martin Boyle came straight back into the Hibs team and started scoring.
You see, I'm not going to slander Robbie Nielsen on the podcast yet. I'm giving him time. But what a good manager would do is to put their arm around Barry Mackay and say, right, fucking step it up. You are the best outfield player in this team. step it up or you're out the team. Simple as that.
I'd just be dropping the prick.
Because he just waltzes about that pitch sometimes like
Like
like he is better than everybody else.
Like his position's no in danger.
But
It's actually no, because if he doesn't play well, what GMS?
Oh, God.
I'd rather play with 10 men.
I'd have Forrest in there personally, but
We need to get better subs.
yeah, we need
to
to
have better
more
squad
we
players.
do.
Like
We do have a good squad. They're all injured. We've got 10 players
I
out.
know, but like you say, even with all our people back, who are you playing?
It's only the
instead of-
wings that have got issues.
I know, but who are you playing instead of Mackay? If you're dropping Mackay, who are
Forrest.
you playing? Right, who's playing on another wing
Gino.
this Saturday?
Ginelli.
Gino.
I think Ginelli will start against Motherwell.
For me, it's Gino and Forrest play against Motherwell.
Ginelli's earned his chance again.
yeah.
He's been good.
I think he'll play against Istanbul.
He's going to play 4-3-3 because there's no point. I don't think we can play any other formation than that.
It suits Shanklin better.
It suits Shanklin better. It suits Gino better. And then if you put a more direct winger out on the left, which would be Forrest, it'd suit him better too. I guarantee you they two would find Shanklin in a heartbeat.
Yep. Forest pace
Yeah.
is a good advantage to playing the counter
Apparently
attack.
Forrest shite them.
So looking forward to the Istanbul game, what's your predictions
Did I
for the
get pumped?
squad?
Did I get pumped?
I'm not gonna lie. If I was in Robbie's position, I know that there's a lot of money on the line. We're not expected to go there and get a result.
Oh no.
I wouldn't be playing the full squad.
They're not going to be playing a full squad. They're already
I
playing.
genuinely would not be playing their starting 11 on Thursday. It's a meaningless game now. We can't qualify. I would just go there and I would play whoever's fit
You'll play
and
Gordon.
no at risk of injury and give some of the youngsters a go.
He'll have to play Gordon because it's Gordon getting a
Yeah.
record, isn't it?
Aye,
They'll be playing
Gordon
their full
will
squad, by
definitely
the way.
play.
Eh?
They'll be playing their full squad. Because if they don't win,
Fiorentina
if
can finish
Fiorentina win,
first.
they can finish first.
Aye.
Fair enough.
So they'll be playing for
So
their
they're playing for
first
the win.
team. They'll play for the win.
As long as we don't get embarrassed, I wouldn't be going there and risking players that are 50-50. I wouldn't be risking players that are 75-25.
The problem is, what other players do we have?
Nah, for me,
You know, if
I'd give
Howland is
some of the
carrying
youngsters a chance, I really would.
How many
They've got to
youngsters? How many youngsters is there?
Pollock,
Can
Pollock,
actually play.
Pollock, Gordon,
Smith.
Smith, Henderson.
Henderson.
4.
There's 4 there.
Could play 4 players. That's
4
4 positions protected.
I mean, I would be wrapping Shanklin up in bubble wrap for the weekend because if he
Shanklin
gets
would be-
injured, we are fucked.
Shanklin wouldn't be in my team. On
Nah, he wouldn't
Thursday.
be playing on
But
Thursday
if
for
he
me.
is, he'd give him the second half or
Yeah.
one half.
Nah, I would.
He'll be in the team.
I'd
He'll be
put,
in
They'll
I'd put,
start. He's
The
probably
first
gonna,
11 will start.
I feel like the
They
starting.
start
I feel
first.
like the team that started against County are going to start.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bar Cochrane and that. I think he might change that a bit.
I think the team that started against RFS will start.
But
Except for
Potentially.
Kingsley.
aye,
it'll be
potentially.
hopefully Nielsen.
Yeah.
But
But
I
also,
I think these
I'm-
players-
Put an
these
actual
players-
centre back against the best team in the group.
we've got
you know-
absolutely nothing to lose, really. So as
These
long as we don't
players
get
want to
embarrassed,
play in these games.
Yeah.
aye, they do.
You know,
of course
you're
they do.
not gonna say to Shanklin, "No, you're on the bench because we're saving you for one of the biggest games of Hearts season against Istanbul." You know what I mean? It's a huge game.
Yeah,
for
but
these
also
sort of
you've got
players.
to remember that.
It's not like Lawrence Shanklin's never played in Europe in his whole career.
But also you've got
You
to
know.
remember
No,
that.
but you could just turn and say to him as like, if you play the night, you know, you're shit in the league because you're tired. You're never going to play it again because we're not
I
going to
know.
make Europe.
Exactly,
But
because
what if they don't make there anyway?
We're going to make Europe. That's the promise you need to give the players.
this is my next point is we're out of Europe now, so really this last game doesn't really matter. Finishing third in the league is crucial because it is automatic group stage football again, which I actually didn't ken until Thursday night.
Yeah.
They mentioned it in the RFS commentary, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. I think you get a Europa League qualifier. Basically, what we got.
Only if
Rangers
the top
are Celtic.
three
Aye,
are in the Scottish Cup final.
yeah.
Or win the Scottish
Which
Cup final.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The
That's
Scottish
the
Cup
only way.
final is always Rangers versus Celtic.
Celtic
bar
or
every so often.
one of the other ones. That's 2-0.
2-0 Ajax.
Rangers are
doing
absolutely
His name's Kudos.
dreadful, by the way. That's them now. If it stays like this, the worst team ever in the group stages of the Champions League.
20
Ridiculous.
goals have conceded. or something like that.
Ridiculous.
And they've scored what? None? One?
I think they've scored 1. Have they?
Hearts keeping the coefficient alive.
Just like, aye, that's another thing.
Dukinner win on Thursday night kept us in the same position for next year.
I
the
know,
coefficient.
but we
Brilliant.
also brought in the least points.
Yeah.
We brought in the least points towards the coefficient.
Yeah.
But
we still
our 1 point just kept us there.
At least we won in Europe. Eh?
We did.
yeah. Twice.
Aye,
But our
twice.
Rangers have got to win this, what, 8-2?
We didn't get beat 7-1.
Are we going to be 6-1? 5-1?
5-1. 5-1's the worst so far.
With 10 men.
Istanbul away, but who knows?
I do like getting a player sent off when they want it.
It's been a great adventure though. It's been good to see the guys get a chance to go up against teams like that.
Class.
Especially like say Fiorentina, who I wasn't at the Istanbul game, but Fiorentina were absolutely superb on the ball, passing, and they're shit, you know. But you can see the quality difference is there.
Oh, aye.
The wage difference.
The wage difference.
Just
is
it is
money is
levels above.
Money's
I
everything.
think Celtic and Rangers are levels above us, but these teams are just levels.
Aye.
You know what I mean? That Fiorentina would give Celtic and Rangers a good game. Like,
I doubt they would.
I think they would.
No.
I think they give this.
They'd
Rangers
Fiorentina are
They'd
good,
give
like-
Rangers a game, but I think Celtic would beat them. Celtic are a really good side.
We pushed Celtic
Aye, we
with a
did.
depleted squad.
Aye, we did, but how often
Quite.
do we do that?
You know.
To be fair, we actually went to Parkhead earlier this season and only lost 2-0 with a depleted squad.
We played really well, yeah.
Do you know the
Played
worrying
alright
thing
that
though?
day,
The worrying thing that I've got with it is that if we had all our players, would we have played that formation and would we have pressed?
Well, that's the worry.
That is the
You
one.
know,
Is that
like-
when right now we're playing 4-3-3 and we're going for teams. With a fully fit squad, does Robbie Nielsen do that? Nah.
He has
He
to.
plays 5 at the back.
We're only playing 4-3-3 because we have to.
He plays 5 at the back.
He has to go for it. I mean, we have to go. We have to finish third.
3 seasons now, season ticket holder. And
Yep.
I've been twice. How many times have you seen Rangers and Celtic play at Tynecastle? 4 or 5 times? And every single time, he sits back.
The thing is,
I've only seen Hearts beat Celtic like once at Tynecastle. The
Aye.
time that I went last
Because
year.
I've been season ticket holder for 3 years, but I've been going to Hearts games for like 15 years, and I've never seen us beat them.
It's been a long time. I didn't go to that 4-0 one where we ended their
Nah,
unbeaten
what was
run.
there? I've never seen us beat them at Tynecastle.
I've never seen us beat the Rangers at Tynecastle.
No, we went to the one at Moneyfield, remember?
we'll beat 3-1.
Oh,
Didn't
we
we?
3-1.
Aye. That was did Ben Garuccio score a free kick that day? Was that day?
Aye, it was.
Because he got the free kick guy. You've still got a recording on your phone, I'm
I've
sure.
got it on my phone.
What a free kick
I
that was.
was sitting there and I was like, this has gone in there. I took my phone and started recording it. Garuccio, top
And
bins.
then every game we went to after that and Garuccio was playing, we're like, free kick guy.
He was by the way, he was a damn good player.
He was. I liked Garuccio.
Where's he
Garuccio
play
was
now?
a good player. Back in Australia, I think.
Australia.
I think he had issues with his work permit. I think that's why he couldn't stay.
I think Alex Cochrane's better than him.
Alex Cochrane's a
I like
solid.
Alex Cochran.
Unreal, by the
He's
way.
a class.
Very good left back. Just stop playing him at centre
Stop
back.
playing at
Robbie, if you're listening, pal, right? Stop
Stop
playing Alex
playing.
Cochran at centre back.
Stop playing. He's no
He's
Lisandro
no
Martinez.
Lisandro Martinez. I was
right?
just about to
He's
say that.
short, therefore he can't do it.
Aye, right.
Moving on to the next part.
Right.
What's the next bit? You've got some.
My game.
You've got a game now.
My new game. Right. So this game is called Who Am I?
Oh, right.
So I'm going to name... Well, I'm not going to name a player. Right? I'm going to go through a player's career before they started at Hearts.
All right. Oh,
Are they
God.
current
Hey.
players or what?
No.
Oh,
They've
this is
played for Hearts.
fucking
Right?
impossible.
This is the past 5 years.
I was going to say, how far back are we
Played
gone here?
one game for
Right,
Hearts.
no. Right, so I'll
Like a
go
Scottish Cup game.
for how many teams they've played before Hearts you get it in, you get that certain amount of points.
Right, okay.
Right, but you don't get their position, you only get the team they played for their appearances and their goals.
What
Right?
if they're centre back?
Aye.
goals are
We'll
gonna be done.
know. We'll know. Right.
Right.
We'll try it. Let's give it
First
a go.
player. Newcastle United. 205 games and 4 goals.
205 games for Newcastle. Right, okay. How many goals?
4. You're playing against each other here, by the way.
I know,
This
I'm
isn't
just
a-
trying to
Right,
think who
Right, but
was.
Ah,
like,
no.
you're only allowed one
It's
guess
on the tip of my
per
tongue.
round.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Right, I've got to pass. Next one. Next team.
Ah.
I can't think of him. Newcastle.
I don't want to say anything because then I give
This
him a
guy-
clue for the next round.
This guy's played some decent teams, like.
I know who it... go on.
Right.
Nah, I can't. Go on,
Next team,
round.
Aston Villa. 54 games, 0 goals.
I can't who it is, man.
Aston Villa.
Newcastle.
I'm genuinely stumped.
Right?
Right, go on.
Fulham. 196 games, 1 goal.
I'm gonna say because I'm gonna try and help you. He's
Okay.
a defender.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can see his face. Black hair. I can see his face.
No idea.
You can see his
I
face.
can see his face,
Sean.
but I can't
You
remember
can see
his
face.
fucking name.
Aaron Hughes.
Yep.
Yes, that's the one. Jesus
Right.
Christ.
And then
You
he
said
played for
black hair.
I did.
Oh, I could picture his black centre backs.
right. He
And I
played
couldn't if I was like, why?
Why we're thinking of John Allen Boom?
so he played most of these games between 1997 and 2014. After that, in 2014, he went to QPR, played 11 games, scored 0 goals. 14-15 Brighton 10 games 0 goals. 2015-16 Melbourne City 6 games 1 goal. 16-17 Kerala Blasters 11 games 1 goal, and then Heart of Midlothian for 2 years 32 games 0 goals.
Absolutely.
He also played 112 games for Northern Ireland.
Pile of shit when we got him.
Yep.
Useless.
Right, so you understand the game.
Dragging,
obviously.
Yes.
Right.
dragging fucking fridges behind them. And that.
Right. Next player. University College Dublin. 69 games, 13 goals.
Dublin, so he's Irish.
So he's Irish. Maybe.
Michael Smith.
No.
He's only Irish. What a
Kyle Lafferty.
No.
Right, go on. Wrong
Derry
part of
City.
Ireland.
16 games, 3 goals.
Aaron McInnes.
No.
Derry City.
Derry.
Carry on.
Then he got moved to Kilmarnock. 65 games, 17 goals.
Kelly.
17 goals in 65 games tells me he's
Not a striker, he's a winger.
a winger or a striker
Or a
who's just
central.
shit in front of goal.
Crap striker.
So aye, that wouldn't rule out a Hearts player.
Oh, it's Kyle Lafferty. No, you said that.
I
Eh?
say Kyle Lafferty, aye.
Oh, I don't know. Next one.
Wigan Athletic. 32 games, 1 goal.
32 games, 1 goal for Wigan.
I don't know. I genuinely, I'm stumped here. Is he? He must be Irish. He played for 2 Irish teams, then came over here.
Derby County. 84 games, 10 goals.
Derby County.
He also had 3 loans when he was with Derby.
Where did he go on loan?
Ipswich Town, 19 games, 1 goal. Rotherham United, 15 games, 3 goals. And Sheffield United, 27 games, 5 goals.
I've got a midfielder. He's a midfielder.
He's got to be a midfielder.
And then he moved to Hearts
From
Derby?
from Derby.
Nah. That's...
Are you allowed to get a clue as... Is he Irish?
He's Irish.
That must narrow it down because we've not had that many Irish players. Now I can't think of them right now.
This game's not easy when you've
Right.
got...
Do you want me to tell you?
His position.
Striker.
Oh god, a fucking shit striker.
He's played 9 games
Elliot.
for... No.
Nah.
He's played 9 games for Republic of Ireland and scored 0 goals.
Connor Salmon?
Yep.
Oh my god, it is Kilmarnock.
He then moved to Heart of Midlothian, 20 games,
One goal.
1 goal.
I remember it.
We've seen it.
We've seen
I
it
was at
live.
the game.
I remember it.
And then he moved to Falkirk, 43 games, 8 goals, and then now he's currently at Alloa, 35 games in
5?
League One,
5?
5 goals.
Is there a common theme with these players that they're absolutely terrible?
Have you went for the worst player?
No.
God, took me ages to remember that Connor
Connor
Salmon was
Salmon, I
Irish.
know.
Right,
Oh,
last
God.
player
Right.
for the winning point.
What do you mean I'm 2
He's
up?
got 2.
Oh yeah.
Although technically
Aye,
I did help him get the first
aye,
two.
well,
yeah.
he didn't get it.
That was the starter question.
Aye.
Burnley, 83 games, 10 goals. He also went on loan once when he was at Burnley to Darlington, 9 games, 3 goals.
Darling.
Sounds like a shit striker again.
Yeah, is this another shit striker?
Burnley.
He's no shit.
Right, okay.
Right.
Rangers, 104 games, 31 goals.
Kyle Lafferty.
Aye.
Aye. Had to be that time.
That's bad. He is shit.
He
He's
played
just-
37 games for Hearts and scored 13 goals.
That's crap.
I thought he was at Hearts twice.
Nah, we could have had him back.
We sold him, didn't we?
We could have had him back. Nah, he left for free. He's a journeyman striker. He just leaves and goes places.
And now he's at Killie.
No,
He
he's
had
a
that
killer.
one season at Hearts, 2017-18. He played 35. He played 41 games in total and scored 19 goals.
That's pretty decent actually.
Nearly 20.
It's a goal every 2 games.
20.
Isn't it?
Hearts sold him.
He went away abroad again, didn't he? To
Nah,
some-
we sold him to Rangers.
Oh,
he went back to Rangers.
He did, didn't he?
Did he not go abroad after Rangers?
Yeah.
He
Aye.
went away to like Greece or some
Aye,
or
it was
Cyprus or something.
Cyprus, I think
It was
wasn't
mental. Eh?
Kyle
Right.
Lafferty, yeah.
What's the last thing we're doing tonight, boys?
Teams?
We're
We're
picking.
going to do...
If we had a full squad, what would our starting 11 be, and what would our formation be?
Right, okay. So let's go...
Is this if we were manager?
Well,
Right, this is fully fit squad, no injuries at all. What
I
would
feel
your
like-
game be?
everybody's goalkeeper's the same.
Oh, I think if it isn't, you've got problems.
Ross Stewart.
Ross Stewart, aye. Nah.
To be fair, I put his on the clock.
No,
What is shite?
nah, is he, aye?
Only for
What's he done this season?
So my formation,
I'm no biting. I'm no biting.
I went 4-3-3 because I think it's this season it's given us the best results.
I went 3-4-3.
I've
Five at the back.
3 at the back.
Five at the back.
Five at the back.
It's
at the
clearly
back.
Negative.
3-4-3.
Negative.
Five at the back.
You're just a shit Robbie Nielsen.
Aye. Who are you, Antonio Conte?
Well,
Well, Wilson got
I've
spurred last season, played 5 at the back.
I have also went a 4-3-3. So there's 2 4-3-3s and a
Right.
3-4-3.
Right, do
So
you
we've
want me to
all
name my 3-4-3
Do
first?
your back five.
My back 5.
We've all got Gordon, right?
It's 3-4-3. I've only got
You've
3
got a
players.
back five
It's
because you're going to play Cochrane and Atkinson, who are wing backs or defenders.
How dare you
Defenders.
assume my team?
Right,
right.
who's your left wing back?
Cochrane.
Thought that.
My right wing back's Atkinson. And then I've got Halkett on the right, Rolls in the centre, and Kingsley on the left.
Why have you not got Halkett in the middle?
Because Rolls played in the middle.
Oh, nah. I wouldn't have done that.
Rolls played in the middle all the season.
You had
Before he was injured.
Last season,
This season. Before he was
when
injured.
we finished third, Halkett played in the middle.
Yeah, no, he
Suter
did.
to
That's
the
because
right.
Suter was on the right, but there's nobody to play on the right.
Rolls.
Rolls is left footed.
So play Kingsley there.
No, because Kingsley's left footed.
Does it matter?
Kingsley's only left footed.
Halkett has these moments when he has to pass.
I know, that's why he's got Rolls and Kingsley there to support him.
That's why he's only playing well back five.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's to
And
stop
then-
the Halkett.
It's all just to protect Halkett.
You want me to name my full team?
I do your team first.
Right, because I'm the standout guy. Right, Devlin and Benny in the centre of the park, ultra defensive. And then I've got Mackay, Shankland and Humphreys.
Oh, we picked Humphreys.
Aye.
Not bad.
Well, it's better than Forrest and he's better than Ginelli.
Do you think?
Who else am I going to play?
Alright.
In that formation,
Did you play GMS like Jason?
I did that.
Aye.
Alright, come on. Come on.
EMS and Gino. So that's your team then.
That's my team.
I picked one issue with that team, and it was the same issue we had when we had the back five. Benny and Devlin in the centre get bypassed very easily.
Yeah, but that's why you've got Atkinson and Cochrane that can come in and
Every
help.
time we played Rangers and Celtic with that team, Benny and Devlin disappear.
You're not expected to beat these teams, Sean.
doesn't-
You're
you
not
are?
expected to beat these teams.
Oh, you're going to go with that, are you? So
Yeah.
you just want to be third forever.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with third forever. To be honest with you, Sean, I would love for us to push, but it's never going to happen. Like.
I don't know. This is the best Hearts team I've ever seen.
Ever?
Aye.
Nah, it's no better than the
It's a
5-6
strong-
season.
I've ever seen.
Strong squad.
It's no better than that 5-6 season. Like.
But when we finished third, second.
Second, it's no better than that team.
Nah, but it's the best team since then.
No way. No with the investment and the money. Takis Vices was a Euros winner. Came to us a year later.
Aye, but since then, this is the best team.
Oh, since then?
Aye,
Oh, aye,
since
yeah,
then,
yeah. Oh, aye,
And I've
yeah.
never seen that
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right,
I'll
Jason,
go next.
You go next.
It's not a 4-3-3, it's a 4-2-3-1.
Right.
Right? So I've got
Hang
Gordon.
on, just one sec. You didn't pick Boyce, no?
Nah.
Well, this is where
It
it gets,
doesn't fit in the
this is where it gets
3-4-3.
controversial.
Boyce is not in my team either.
Right.
4-2-3-1 he would fit.
So I've
But where are you putting all the defenders? Sorry, Jason.
Oh,
Where are you
it's
putting
alright.
all
Where are you putting your back ten?
the...
where's Robbie putting his
Where
back
are you
line?
He's been
Aye.
bought. The problem is that the team has been bought for that formation.
I don't know, because
It has.
No, because you did.
'Cause
if
you're
you-
not
If you incorporate
benching any
players
of the
we've
players.
signed, like Keogh, Snodgrass, and Humphreys, are no bought for that formation.
Snodgrass is bought as a backup. Keogh is a defensive midfielder.
And I think he is. I think that's the main issue. Is we keep playing him in a position where he's not meant to play.
He's a defensive midfielder.
I think he's a box to box personally, but
Yeah, he's there to disrupt play. He's not
Aye.
a footballer. He's Roy Keane.
he is
He's there
that
to
type of
disrupt
player. He's that
football.
type of
He's
player.
there to just get in people's way.
Right,
I
I'm going to
just
fire
think
on
that-
because we're getting
Yeah, go.
Right.
getting close
go,
on
go,
time.
Go.
So I've got Gordon in goals. My back four might be controversial a little bit. I've got Natty Atkinson at right back,
Yeah.
Halkett and Rowles at centre back.
Mhm.
I've got Kingsley at left back over
True.
Cochrane.
You've
That's-
got the same back five as me.
Well, there you go. I see how that's. I think that Stephen Kingsley's a better left back right now than Alex Cochrane.
If
He's
you're
got
playing-
better delivery,
if you're
better
playing a
cross,
back four,
defensively better aware.
If you're playing a back four,
Just can't run back that much.
Doesn't he need
He's
to?
that old now.
Kingsley's 28.
28 years old.
You bought Cochrane for that purpose of playing in that
Aye, but
position.
Cochrane's only 21.
Cochrane for the purpose of playing left wing back in a
Aye.
back five.
Huh?
Wouldn't have played a back five.
Then you're missing out on one of the best young players that we've got.
And now,
the best young
Only
player
Thomas
that we have.
Tuchel and Antonio Conte win things with back fives.
well, even Conte's struggling, but anyway.
No Robbie Nielsen.
We came third. We were back five.
and won nothing.
Aye. Right.
Not expected to win that shot.
Right, so I've spent the last 10 games absolutely slagging off Kyo Mortzoglu. He's in my team.
He's in my team.
He's in my team with Cammy Devlin
Nah.
in
I've
the
got-
holding roles.
Nah.
And then I've got a 3 in behind Shankland,
Right.
Mackay, Forrest, and I've got Liam Boyce playing in behind Shankland to link the play.
Yeah.
Shankland up front.
Shankland, right?
See, that's
Because
right.
Boyce
I
and
would play Boyce
Shankland
there.
definitely could work together.
Yeah, I would play Boyce there.
If I wasn't playing Forrest, I would play Ginelli on the right hand side. But I've got Forrest in there. That's what I think would be my preferred team. 4-2-3-1. I think it works.
Does.
You've got Mackay,
I'd be happy with that.
you've got Boyce and Forrest pace, and Shankland scoring the goals. The midfield's tough because we've not seen enough of Keogh yet to be like, he's great or he's
It's not
shit.
just that. If you put just
But-
Cammy and Benny in central midfield,
It's the same problem as...
completely lose out on long
Aye.
ball football, and that's what Scottish teams play.
Yeah, whereas Keogh can play the dirty breaking up, but Cammy Devlin, that's something I was going to mention earlier, his passing has improved quite a lot this season for what I've seen, even for the first game. Against Celtic, I don't think he misplaced many passes.
That's why I think they two would do good. At
Aye.
the start, when they first played last season, they were both the same player. Now they're a bit different.
Yeah,
Cammy's
Cammy's a
more
different
forward
player now.
thinking.
Aye.
So,
Benny's defensive.
aye.
Benny would definitely get in my
You
living.
just think,
But Benny does it all
Eventually-
himself. You know, we've
Aye,
seen
you
that
say-
last
you
season.
say that,
he does
but-
it all himself.
you say that, but when we first signed Benny, he was class, and then he got injured a little bit, and then he came back, and he was terrible.
Yeah, but maybe with this, he'll be back to his
Oh,
normal
yeah.
self.
Need to see what happens, Right, so my team is Gordon, Atkinson, Halkett, Rawls, Kingsley. I think Kingsley's just better player all round. He'll give you more.
I'm a big fan of Steve
Um,
Kingsley.
I've
I
got
like
a
the
central
centre
three,
back,
so I've
yeah.
got a holding defensive midfielder, Cammy Devlin, because he's been absolutely class out this
Aye.
season. And then Benny on the left hand side of the three, and Keogh on the right hand side of the three. Because I think Devlin sits in front, Benny wins the ball there, and Keogh just pushes further up
Yeah.
the park. I just think Keogh's I think he's better. He proved it against County when he was further up the park, he was a better player. And then front three, Mackay, Shankland, and Forrest.
Aye.
As much as I just slagged Mackay for being shite.
The thing about Mackay
You
is
just add
he's
something to your
capable
game.
of
No, it's
moments
not
of
just
magic.
the reason I picked this formation is because it's the most attacking football I've seen Hearts play in ages.
Yeah.
And when we play a back five, we just sit back, and it just depresses me.
See, I get that.
It
I
just
get it.
depresses me.
I get it. But last season was brilliant for the fact that we could grind at results.
But we've
This is the
already-
problem with Hearts. We
I'm
can't
not
grind
being
at
funny,
results.
right, but you shouldn't have gone away to, like, say, Livingston or St Johnstone or wherever. I kind of got a shit record at St Johnstone and grinding out results.
Why?
You should be going there and wiping the flare with them. We've got much
We're
better
not good
squads.
enough. We're not good enough.
Much
to
better
wipe
squad than
floors
them.
with
Yeah,
much
teams
better.
like
proved
that.
that last
Iowa.
season when we did the
Iowa.
95 too.
Nah,
Your squad's
we're
so
not
much
that
stronger than
better.
probably
right
6
now.
or 7 of the other. No, fully fit, we're talking, mind. Fully fit squad, we're talking.
I don't think.
I think it is.
I don't think there's that much difference. Honestly, I
Do you
think
even
there's.
watch football?
What do you mean? Of course, Livingston beat us.
Aye. Oh, man, come on. A
What
depleted
do you
squad
mean?
on that shitty plastic pitch. Nobody likes going there.
But we could beat Ross County 2-1 in their home patch with depleted squad, an even more depleted squad than we
On,
had.
formation
on the
did
back
we-
of
what
two
formation did we play against
brilliant
Liverpool? 4-2-3-1.
performances.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
So if we went 4-2-3, to beat them 3 or 4 now.
That
We don't know. We don't know because
No.
he didn't play that.
people struggle at these teams. They shut up shop. They play football that you don't want to play. They shut up shop.
We're better than every team in that league, Bar Rangers and Celtic.
We should be on
Squad
paper.
not-
Got
we
better
are-
squad.
But on
Squad-wise,
3
we
p.m.
are-
on a Saturday, we might not be.
You can't.
You know,
You can't play football.
If you were to go and around
of
the
course
other
you can.
You can't.
if you were to go and around the other teams in the league, how many players for other starting 11s getting Hearts fully fit starting 11?
Hardly any.
Hardly any. Let's be honest.
Hardly any.
You dare want to say it, you would probably say Martin Boyle has a chance because he's so good.
And the position he plays.
And the position that he
lacking
plays.
a right winger.
We're lacking that. But other than that,
At Miovski. For Aberdeen.
it's only his first season though.
He's no better than Shankland.
He's a good player.
Nah, he's no better than Shankland. What I've seen anyway.
Well, Miovski's got 8 goals and no penalties.
I suppose there is that. But no, genuinely, you wouldn't pick another goalkeeper to replace Gordon.
I don't think Rangers or Celtic have got a better goalkeeper, bar maybe Joe Hart.
Gordon's the best goalkeeper.
Shagger McGregor's not any good these days.
Nah, he's struggling. Mind you.
I know Gordon is struggling this season, but he is still really good.
David Marshall is a really good goalkeeper.
He is a good goalie.
But he's no
Gordon.
He's the 3rd or 4th best goalie in the league.
I mean, Hibs fans cry on about Porteous, but for me, he's not a patch on Halkett. Like I've said this to everybody.
Fully fit Halkett's a better player.
Aye, definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can only make a case for Martin Boyle. He's the only one. And even then, it's, if we could play a 4-3-3 and get the best out of Ginelli, you don't know what type of player you've got there, because they never play a formation that suits him.
But he's just not going to play that.
I know he's not.
We all know.
Well,
He won't play. He won't play.
It's proved over the last 2 games that it works. I don't know why he wouldn't. If he reverts back to a back 5 when we've got a fully fit squad, he's not a good enough manager for Hearts.
I go back to it. We've bought these players for that formation. We've bought all them players for that formation.
Nah,
I
disagree.
Honestly, it's based on that formation. The whole way we play.
The players we've bought, you could play that in a 4-2-3-1.
But you're missing out one of these good defenders. You're not putting Cochrane on the bench when you spent 400 grand on him from Brighton in the summer.
You're forgetting that there's 40 games a season. You start.
But these players come to Hearts and come and play first team games every single week.
I think he bought Cochrane on a permanent deal because of Stephen Kingsley's injury problems.
But Stephen Kingsley hasn't played left back since the Championship.
Fair point, but
so why would Stephen Kingsley? But why would Stephen Kingsley play now?
Because he's never had a chance to. Because we've not had any fit centre backs.
Why would?
And then when you have had fit centre backs, he's been injured.
We wouldn't play Stephen Kingsley left back now.
I don't see why. No, I think he's got.
No, he's better in that left centre back role because he can support a left wing back, either either overlapping on the left or making charging runs at the back, and the left wing back can come in. You know what I mean? It's not just Stephen Kingsley getting caught out up the pitch and having to try and run back, where the Cochrane will be able to run back faster.
Cochrane's not a good defender.
Cochrane's a good defender.
He's
Cochrane's a very good player.
Alright defender.
I will say one thing.
When he plays left back in a back 4, he gets caught out all the time.
I will say one thing: when you're playing a 4 at the back, if your left back or right back pushes forward, one of your midfielders is supposed to come and cover.
And if you got Cammy Devlin and Benny,
Cammy Devlin's definitely doing
your wing backs can both sort of.
do what
they want.
Cammy Devlin was doubling up for Michael Smith against Celtic. That's how bad Michael Smith was.
But can Cammy Devlin and Benny do that every single week?
They have to. It's their job. It's
what they
do in that team.
You kind of think like that. You kind of think like you're going to play the same 11 players every week because you just physically will never
do it. Nobody does that.
But the problem with Hearts is we've only really got a first 11. The rest of the players aren't good enough to play.
Like who?
Well, if we're seeing right now,
we're
struggling to beat
We're not
teams.
on our second team right now. We're on our third team,
and we're struggling.
Aye,
really
but our
struggling.
second team, Boyce is out. He could fill a space.
Boyce is a first team.
Exactly. The players we're missing.
Your first team.
No, he wouldn't even be our first team right now.
The players we're missing are our second team.
It's true.
Because I think defence is more important in a Scottish league. I think it's much more important.
But the thing is, though, you go to last season when we finished third, and we've already discussed this before. With that back 5, yes, we finished third, but we had the Craig Gordon tax, and the fact that the other teams around us kind of played shit.
No, but we had a good
didn't.
defence.
But we didn't.
We had John Suter and Halkett.
Yeah, you say we had a good defence, but Craig Gordon made the 3rd most saves in the league.
Of course, but you need that when you've got.
But
these sort of players.
Because if you've got a good defence, your goalkeeper doesn't need to do that much.
I don't know. I think you see the correlation in least goals conceded out of the.
But if you go back to last season, right? Craig Gordon's injured. We played Ross Stewart. We finished 6th, 7th.
We wouldn't.
We would still finish Craig Gordon is.
Craig Gordon's a massive factor.
I think
he was a massive factor last season, but it shows this season when he's not making these sort of massive saves.
Because I just agree with it. Like last season we got lucky. And we spoke about it before in the last podcast we done. Is there was a lot of luck last season with the other teams around us playing quite as well, and Craig Gordon being fantastic, and John Suter managing to stay fit. But without Craig Gordon or one injury to John Suter, when we lost John Suter for a little period of time, we were terrible. We lost Aberdeen and everything.
Yeah.
So our defence wasn't that good. So why you stick with a back five?
Because we've bought the players for the back five.
It doesn't matter. We beat RFS with a third string back two.
Yeah. But we should be beating RFS
We
with that
beat
anyway,
Ross
like.
County when we never go to Dingwall and win with a makeshift back four.
Yeah, but there's a factor in Ross County are fucking shit as well. Like,
We
you know, it's...
only got beat 2-0 of Celtic in a fantastic performance playing a back four.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong, I would love to see it. I love it. But I don't think when push comes to shove in January when we've got a full team, he won't play back.
No, Robbie knows the minute. That's why
He
you
won't
get
play.
that through your manager.
He won't play. Honestly.
If you can't look at that team and say to me, as a manager, and say, that starting 11 there can attack and beat every team in this league, but I'm going to play a back five.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared that I go away to St Johnstone and get beat. No, go to St Johnstone. They're expecting us to play shit.
Yeah.
So go to St Johnstone and just run at them, attack them. Why not? We never do. Every time we go to St Johnstone or Ross County, we normally sit back. We didn't sit back against County on the weekend and we beat them 2-1.
I think he's very defensive first. And I don't mind that. Because you shouldn't concede
really
goals.
Bothers me. Yeah.
We concede shit goals as well.
It really bothers me how defensive we play sometimes. And a back five is just ridiculous if you want to try and win it. Only world class, top level managers win stuff with back fives. I mean, even look at Rangers. Rangers have got a much obviously better squad than us because they can spend the money on it. When they play a back five, they dare win. But when they play a back four, they win. Well, maybe not against Ajax. Or
Yeah,
a
no, but they
team
play a
that's better
back five against two. You know, us.
They played a back five against Motherwell and Aberdeen too.
No.
And they looked shit.
Yeah, no, but they'll always come out winning, won't they?
That's because they've got the quality of player.
Yeah.
If we play a back five, you're instantly like, you're expecting Barry Mackay to Dave Wren. And I'm sorry, but he's been crap.
Well, yeah. It doesn't help when your players in the wings are meant to be creative. Don't do anything.
Exactly.
I still think we're missing. Like, I would love to not put Benny and Devlin in the middle of the park, but they're our two best midfielders. You know, you're not going to put Benny on the bench if you're playing five at the back.
No,
or you're not going to put
that's why
Devlin
you
on the
put three in
bench.
midfield.
I know, but if you're playing five at the back, you're playing both of
The
them.
thing is,
in
if you're
midfield.
playing a back five, you instantly lose midfield. Like, that's you've
Yeah.
got to lose that midfield
Yeah.
battle. Especially with Benny and Devlin, who, what, both like 5'6".
Hi.
I wish you could have another player when you play five at the back. They're like 12 players.
They'll play five at the back and another midfield.
Yeah.
We've got a good team to play a 5-2-1-2, but we've tried that a few times. It didn't work.
No.
Too narrow.
I remember
That's
that
too like that formation.
last season with Boyce and Mackay behind Sims, or was it Mackay behind
Mackay
both?
played behind the two.
Behind the two.
But the
Oh,
thing,
that was
the thing that's
terrible,
wrong with that is that if you play with a front two in that formation, you're meant to have players who can sort of split and play wide.
Yeah.
Then you're Boyce and Sims who are just like both the same player.
Aye.
Barry Mackay tried everything and it just didn't
Yeah.
work. That's how we managed to lose.
It's going to be interesting in January when he's actually got people back.
And
to see what he
depending on who
actually
he
does.
buys, because he's already said there's money there.
The thing I'm worried about though is that he's been pushing like for a centre back, and if we buy another centre back who's good enough to play first team, what fucking team are you playing?
Right, because you have Halkett.
You know what I mean? You're going to
We
have
got
Halkett,
Halkett,
Rolls,
Rolls,
Kingsley, and the new boy if there's a
And
new
then
boy,
you
and then
got
you've got
Sibbick,
Sibbick
and
and,
then
fucking
Lewis Nielsen too.
I don't think
And
we
Sibbick. No,
a
you don't need a
fully
centre-back.
fit Hearts squad.
Aye.
He didn't need a centre
But do we
back.
need a centre back right now?
Aye, but that's the
Right
thing.
now,
though.
aye.
You know,
You could
aye,
just
yeah.
want somebody in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we
I
could
know.
do is a right back to help out with Natty Atkinson.
Aye,
Aye.
because Smith
needs
Smith is not in at
Smith
the
can't
moment.
play.
Nah.
Smith can't play. What 20 more games in
Nah,
a row?
they can't.
No way.
Atkinson,
No
if
way.
he carries on being injury prone, we're going to need to look at
To
getting
be
somebody
fair,
else.
I was surprised when I seen his name on the team sheet on Sunday.
Aye.
Smith, like, I was very surprised.
Aye.
Yeah.
But there's who else is there to play? Yeah, there's
There's
nobody else to
anybody.
Well,
actually
the
play
other
that.
our third string right back's Cammy Logan, who we've loaned out.
Aye.
Aye.
There's nobody actually. There's nobody else.
Toby
Andy Halliday
Sibbick
could play there.
Toby Sibbick can play right back, but then we do have a centre back. So it's like, you
Oh,
know.
but that's the thing that bothers me. If you
Lewis
move,
Nielsen.
if you
And then
move,
who's our defender
That's-
on the bench?
if you move,
Aye,
if you
that's
move
it.
Toby Sibbick out to right back, the natural change is Nielsen, Kingsley, Cochrane.
Yep.
But for some reason, Robbie Nielsen just sticks Cochrane at centre back and plays Halliday at left back.
Is it the fact of there's nobody on the bench to come on if there's a sub or if there's an injury?
You're telling me we literally have a full B team.
Yep.
So why would you not just be like, you have to sit on the bench, mate?
I don't know.
Aye.
I don't know if they can register them in time. I don't know. I
Do
don't
they
know how
need
it
register-
works.
if they're under 21, do they need registered?
I don't know how it works in Scotland. I don't know if you have like a squad, that's your squad, or you can just bring in and out. But I've seen Mackenzie Kirk came in last year, remember? End of last
Finlay
year.
Pollock and Henderson have been playing for the B team.
Yeah.
Harry Gordon as well. So there's players there.
Yeah.
You just see them. But he said he's going to look at youth, so we might see some on the weekend.
It was
But
nice
at
to
the
see
same
him.
time,
I look at them and then no put them on the bench.
But the thing is, though, you're going to look at the weekend. You look at the Motherwell game. Humphreys is back probably. Craig Halkett's apparently going to be sitting on the bench, so you might see him for 10-15 minutes. And then you need your youth because you got your players back.
It's all myth anyway.
Our youth team.
Cannot wait for Halkett to be back. Then the thing,
Fully
I think we'll see him
I,
before we win the World Cup.
if he can get away with no playing them,
He win it though.
but
He's
he
done
will
it. He's
because
proved
he's done
this.
it before
He's
and he'll do it
proved
again.
this time and time again, Robbie Nielsen, is he doesn't give them enough time to get fit again. I mean, look at. He even said he's like, oh, we needed Halkett for the Fiorentina game. No, we didn't. We're playing Fiorentina. Why do you need him?
I hope he just doesn't rush these people back.
Right.
Do you know what Hearts need to invest in? A good fucking physio.
I think we've got some
Like a
damn
really
good
good
physios.
Physio
They must
and
be well-
fitness.
they
like
must-
a fitness guy.
They must be well trained now. The team, they all have the team guns in
It
there.
I think they
happens
should
like
just-
every year.
I think they should just build a hospital under the pitch at Tynecastle.
Aye.
The
And
faster they get this training facility built,
They need to
Aye.
stop investing in building a hotel and just turn that part of the stand into a hospital.
Aye. Yeah.
A&E.
But can't wait to go up on Sunday though.
I know,
Buzzing.
buzzing.
I always love it.
Nice
The
and early,
atmosphere's
nice
great.
breakfast, couple
Three
of
games
pints.
to
Couple
go.
of pints.
And then we've got the World Cup as well. It's not like it's even a summer break where there's no football.
The thing is, the World Cup's
The
going
World
to
Cup.
suck because every single game's going to be when we're at work.
Aye, they are. I think the kick-off times are 10 a.m, 1 p.m, 4 p.m, and 7 p.m. So
Aye,
it's
so
like
I'll
one
get one
game a
game.
day. Aye.
What time were the 7 p.m. ones over there?
Oh, I don't know.
Like 11 at night or so?
I don't know. Aye, but
What the fuck?
It's mental though, because it'll reach 10 o'clock and the women will be able to do it to watch them.
Jesus.
Boycott the World Cup.
aye.
I'm
Qatar-
not up for this.
Nah,
like,
it's like it's
they're
disgusting.
bastards. Like.
It's
They are, they're
disgusting.
bastards.
Qatar is a
it's-
horrible, horrible country.
One thing that's came out is like they're saying like to people if they are gay to be respectful
know,
when they
I
go
know.
over. How about no?
How out of touch is that comment? Like,
I know.
How many? Like, this is a totally different subject, but how many England fans are going to end up in a Qatari jail because hooliganism? You're not even allowed to sing songs.
You're not allowed to drink at games.
You're not allowed to drink.
Nah.
It's ridiculous.
You're not allowed to point at people with your feet.
What is the
Apparently
point,
that's-
apart from money, in having a World Cup there?
That's it.
And money
Well, we were
is the
talking about
only
it.
That's
fucking
it.
reason.
We were talking about.
Was it no between Qatar and England this year?
Well, we were talking about that
Yeah.
on the way home on the train against RAF, and it was like RAF.
RAF.
RFC. We were like, why did they not just have it in countries like Germany, France, Britain? We don't even need to go out and spend billions on stadiums. We have them.
Well, I mean, if we were to have it in, say, you could even do the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have, because obviously you wouldn't want a game at Hampden because that's a shithole. Murrayfield, Celtic Park, Ibrox.
That's worse.
No, I think
It's worse, but it's
no.
three big
I'm
stadiums in
telling you,
Scotland that they could
games
use.
like Iran versus